Shalom, and welcome to Hebrew Bible Secrets with your host, Rabbi Beaton. We are reading today from the book of John ben Zabdi, starting at chapter 1. Yehochanan, John ben Zabdi, the cousin of Yahushua, to all nations. Chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was the Yahweh. 2. The same was in the beginning with Yahweh. 3. All things were made through him, and without him was nothing made that was made. 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. 5. And the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. 6. There was a man sent from Elohim, whose name was Yehochanan, John. 7. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. 8. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. 9. That was the true light, which lights every man that has come into the world. 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. 11. He came to his own, and his own received him not. 12. But as many as received him, to them he gave the power to become the sons of Elohim, even to them that believe on his name. 13. Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of Elohim. 14. And the Word was made flesh, and tabernacled amongst us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Av, the Father, full of favour and truth. 15. Yehochanan John bare witness of him, and cried, saying, This was he of whom I spoke. He that comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. 16. And of his fullness have all we received, and favour upon favour. 17. For the Torah was given by Musa, prophesying favour and truth to come to fulfilment through Yahshua the Messiah. 18. No man has seen Elohim at any time, the only one himself, Elohim, which is in the bosom of the Av, the Father. 19. And this is the record of Yehochanan, John, when the Yehudim sent Kohen, priests, and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, Who are you? 20. And he confessed and denied not, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. 21. And they asked him, What then? Are you Eliyahu, Elijah? And he said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, No. 22. Then said they to him, Who are you? That we may give an answer to them that sent us. What do you say of yourself? 23. He said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Make straight the way of Yahweh, as said the prophet Yeshayahu. Isaiah. 24. And they which were sent were of the Pharisees. 25. And they asked him, and said to him, Why do you immerse them, if you be not that Messiah, nor Eliyahu, Elijah, neither that prophet? 26. Yehochanan, John, answered them, saying, I mikvah immerse with Ma'im, water, but there stands one among you, whom you know not. 27. He it is, who coming after me, whose sandals latchet I am not worthy to untie. 28. These things were done in Bethany, beyond Jordan, where Yehochanan John was immersing, 29. The next day, Yehochanan, John, saw Yahushua coming to him and said, Behold, the Lamb of Elohim, which takes away the sin of the world. 30. This is he of whom I said, After me comes a man which is preferred before me, for he was before me. 31. And I knew him not, but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore I come in mercy with my aim. 31. And I knew him not, but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore am I come in mercy with my aim, water. 32. And Yehochanan, John, bare record, saying, I saw the Ruach HaKadash, the set-apart spirit, descending from Shamayim, heaven, like a dove, and it abode upon him. 33. And I knew him not, but he that sent me to Mikvah immerse with Mayim, water, the same said to me, Upon whom you shall see the Ruach HaKadash, set-apart spirit, descending and remaining on him. The same is he which immerses with the Ruach HaKadash, set-apart spirit. 34. And I saw and bear record that this is the Son of Yahweh. 35. Again, the next day after, Yehochanan, John, stood, and two of his disciples. 36. And looking upon Yahshua as he walked, he said, Behold, the Lamb of Yahweh. 37. And the two disciples heard him speak, and they followed Yahushua. 38. Then Yahushua turned and saw them following, and said to them, What do you seek? They said to him, Rabbi, which is to say, being interpreted, Teacher, where do you dwell? 39. And he said to them, Come and see. They came and saw where he dwelt, and abode with him that day, for it was about the 10th hour. 40. One of the two which heard Yehochanan, John, speak, and followed him, was Andri, Shimon, Kepha's brother. 41. He first finds his own brother, Shimon, and said to him, We have found Mashiach, which is, being interpreted, the Messiah. 42. And he brought him to Yahushua, and when Yahushua looked at him, he said, You are Shimon, the son of Yonah. You shall be called Kepha, which is, by interpretation, a pebble. 43. The day following, Yahushua would go forth into Galilee, and finds Philip, and said to him, Follow me. 44. Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andri and Kepha. 45. Philip finds Nathanael, and said to him, We have found him, of whom Musa, in the Torah and the prophets did write, Yahushua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. 46. And Nathanael said to him, Can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip said to him, Come and see. 47. Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him, and said to him, Behold, a Yashreeli indeed, in whom is no guile. 48. Nathanael said to him, How do you know me? Yahushua answered and said to him, Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig etz, a tree, I saw you. 49. Nathanael answered and said to him, Rabbi, you are the son of Elohim. You are the king of Israel. 50. Yahushua answered and said to him, Because I said to you, I saw you under the fig etz, tree, you believe. You shall see greater things than these. 51. And he said to him, Verily, verily, I say to you, hereafter you shall see the Shamayim open, and messengers of Yahweh ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. So that now brings us to the end of John chapter 1. So let's go back and have a look at some of the footnotes in John chapter 1. So the first footnote we have is in verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Okay, so let's have a look at this. And the life first. So we have here, the life is idiom for speaking Torah. Okay, so speaking Torah truths. And the second footnote we have was the light of men. Okay, was the light. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The light is idiom for speaking Torah. Okay, so life and light are both idioms for speaking Torah truths. Okay, so let's go to next footnote, which is in verse 5. And the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. Okay, let's have a look at this. Comprehends it not. This shows that if you use the Torah as a barometer on man, then his sin will be exposed. Since men were transgressors, the Torah of Yahweh revealed their sin, and more so with the speaking Torah Yahushua. Okay? So Torah exposes your sins, so to speak. So let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 7. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Of the light that all men through him might believe. So we have here the remez of the 10 tribes and Gentiles only. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 11. He came to his own, and his own received him not. Okay, let's have a look at this. So some of the Hebrew leadership present in Judea. Okay, so some of the leadership present in Judea did not believe him. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 12. But as many as received him, to them he gave the power to become the sons of Elohim. Okay, let's have a look at this. So there were other Hebrew people who received him, and some from the exiles, the house of Israel. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 14. And the word was made flesh and tabernacled amongst us. So let's have a look at this. So showing us he was born on the festival of Sukkot, which is the 15th of Tishri. The Greek word skinos, translated as dwelt, in most Bibles gives it away if one has eyes to see that he was born on the first day of Tabernacles. Okay, so that's around time of September, around about the 19th or thereabouts. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 18. No man has seen Elohim at any time, the only one himself, Elohim, which is in the bosom of the Av. Okay, in the bosom of the Father. So let's have a look at this. So, or could be specified as intimate closeness with Abba Yahweh. Okay, so intimate closeness with Abba Yahweh. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 21. And they asked him, what then are you? Eliyahu, Elijah? And he said, I am not. Are you that prophet? Let's have a look at this. Are you that prophet? So the prophet of Deuteronomy 18 and 18. So let's have a look at Deuteronomy 18 and 18 quickly. So Deuteronomy 18 and 18, and it reads, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren like you, and will put my words in his mouth, and you shall speak to them all that I shall command them. Okay, so we have here Footnote for prophet. This was not Muhammad, as the Muslims claim. See Islam, Peace or Beast, written by Rabbi Simon Ataf, which you can get on Amazon. And we also have a footnote here for brethren, and it reads, the prophet, the Hebrew word is Navi, and not Ha-Navi. So it's not relating to a singular figure, but to all future prophets of Israel who would speak the words of Yahweh and be Yahweh's mouthpiece, so to speak, and do miracles likewise. See Isaiah 59:21 and Jeremiah 1:9. The term here is related to establishing the house of a prophet as to who can be a prophet and who cannot. In Deuteronomy 18, Israel was being warned not to indulge in black magic, sorcery, mediums for their answers to prayers, but look to the guidance of the prophets. Jesus, or Yahushua, could fit the prophets spoken of in Deuteronomy 18:15. Okay? So let's go to, and I think actually I have another footnote here. So, brethren like you. So let's have a look at this. So the same black color as Musa. Okay? So brethren like you means of black skin or brown skin color. Okay? And the last footnote we have, and will put my words in his mouth. Okay? Let's have a look at this. So the office of prophet, which applies to all future called out prophets, teaching Torah and are greater than the king of the land. Okay? So that's Deuteronomy 18:18. So let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 23. He said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Make straight the way of Yahweh, as said the prophet Yeshayahu, Isaiah. So let's have a look at this. So we've got Isaiah 40:3. So let's have a look at that. So Isaiah 40:3, and it reads, the voice of him that cries in the wilderness, prepare you the way of Yahweh, make straight in the wilderness a highway for our power. Okay, so that's Isaiah 40:3. So let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 28. These things were done in Bethany. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So the reading, Bethabara, is contested and does not reconcile with some of the manuscripts. Okay, so the reading Bethabara is contested and does not reconcile with some of the manuscripts. Okay, so let's have a look at the next footnote, which is in verse 42. And he brought him to Yahshua, and when Yahshua looked at him, he said, you are Shimon, the son of Yonah. You shall be called Kepha, which is by interpretation a pebble. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The meaning of Kepha is not pebble in Hebrew, and the word in Aramaic for a pebble or stone is Sepha, spelled S-E-F-A, or Sepha, spelled C-E-P-H-A. It does not mean a rock either. In Hebrew, the word Kepha has a few interesting meanings. The short word Kephira for young lion. The word kippah derives for head covering. Also, the word atonement derives from this word. Yahshua would have called him a young lion and not a stone. Since Kepha is from Judah, this makes much more sense, keeping our Hebraic hat on and removing the Roman and Greek hat. The term Peter is derived in English and not the name of Kepha at all. Okay, so let's go to the next footnote, which is in verse 48. Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Yahshua answered and said to him, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig X tree, I saw you." Okay, let's have a look at this. The fig X, fig tree. So under the fig is descriptive of someone who studies Torah. The fig is the picture of national Israel in full Torah obedience. The figs on the tree are the different commandments in the Torah. So Nathanael being under the fig means under the obedience of Torah. Okay, so that now brings us to the end of John chapter 1. So I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the other side. This is Rabbi Beaton saying thank you for watching. Baruch Shem, Kivod, Malkuto, Leolam Va'ed. Benevolent be the name of his esteemed kingdom, forever and ever and ever. Amen.